The transfer window may have shut a month ago, but that does not mean we're done with transfers. Oh no, there was one player we played the long game with, and we've got our man. And by long game, I mean attempt to trial him, have him decline that trial, pop him on a shortlist, declare him as a top transfer, and then forget about him for a month until my director of football suggests we ought to scout him again to continue our interest, and then be reminded about him in that way. It's been a month since the transfer window closed, and Hector Herrera is now desperate enough to play football that he agreed to go on trial with us, and then agreed to a contract with us for £39,000 a week. It's a lot of money a week, but finally I got the option to suggest, maybe bored, could I have some more transfer funds? Could I have some more wage funds? I only opted to ask about wage funds because that's all I needed, because he was a free transfer, of course. But Hector Herrera's in on a lot of money a week, provides a lot of quality. Obviously, a Porto stalwart, now at Atletico Madrid. One of my favourite players at Atletico Madrid. I had his road to the final card on FIFA this year. Really annoyed that Chelsea knocked them out, because he was going to be sensational over there. But now I get to use him over here as well. Consistent in his performances. And the best part is he plays central midfield perfectly well. He plays, obviously, the defensive role. And look what's second on the list. Yes, 4-star Segundo Volante. That's why we'll be playing him, because he's a better tackler than all the other options. So Moncho will remain in the CM position. Herrera pops in that Segundo Volante role. So pops a few people down the pecking order. We have had to unregister Victor Chust, but in fairness, I wasn't using him. He was already upset he wasn't part of the Champions League setup for some reason. Can't use Herrera in the Champions League, of course, until we get round to that point when we're allowed to register more people. But for the league, welcome Hector. But before we get into those two games, I just need to get you caught up on the 4 games we played since we were beaten twice by Sevilla and then Inter. It's been a weird 4 games. We've scored 8 goals. 7 of them came against Sporting. You remember I said Sporting were having a rotten time of things? They've managed to get themselves up to 15th in the Liga NOS table. Still not great over there, but their form has picked up. Although in fairness, they're all cup games. But finally they've won in their division, and that might provide a bit of momentum before we play them last. The league form was a bit spotty until we beat Vigo. A draw against Levante, a loss against Sevilla, which you saw. A draw against Almeria, which we dominated after they had a man sent off. And then a 2-0 loss against Bilbao. The league form was looking a bit dodgy. No wins in 4. But we turned up against Vigo, who were 5th at the time. We actually leapfrogged them in the table. We're now 6th. And Hector Herrera goes straight in for this game because, of course, I can't use him against Dortmund. So, meriting goal, Ostrolek at left back, Quiros, Sotaro, Porro, Herrera, Antov, Monchu, Zukic, Collado, and Koita. In fact, is there any rotation I need to be doing here? Sako Koita's the only one listed on a heavy match load, so we'll go with that. Just dropped Araujo because he's had a poor 5 games. And Koita's just scored for his country, so in theory, he's got the momentum. The only highlight, we're playing in the black kit today, which would include pink if the game engine recognised it, but Gallardo on the charge now. Gallardo probably our best performer this year overall, at least most consistently great performer. The 7-1 against Sporting, Monchu had 4 assists and then scored the 7th. It was one of those moments where you're just super proud that a player scored a goal because he deserved it for his overall performance. Here he is on the corner, almost assisting Quiros again. We've scored a few corners. In terms of the Champions League group as a whole, as things stand, the 3-0 loss against Inter, the 2-0 loss against Dortmund, they're reasonably respectable results. Vallecano have scored here, or at the very least, not very unsurprising results on that front in the Champions League, but this would be surprising if this stays like this. Slavic has popped them ahead on a booking. Speaking of Dortmund, Vallecano have loaned Renier from Real Madrid, because of course his 2-year loan is up now. This is the first season he's not a part of the Dortmund squad, and he's decided to go to Vallecano, of all places, instead of Dortmund. Monchi on the edge of the box kicks it straight at a defender, I think that is, and Gallardo, I don't know what he attempted, to be honest. Okay, Vallecano looking momentarily dangerous there, but we've got the ball and looking to put it forward. Koita, surely not going to end of that. No, he hasn't. Dmitrievski, slightly dodgy, worrying play from their goalkeeper that their fans would have been concerned about. But now they come forward again. Bondarenko, I am not enjoying this. That's a great move, by the way. Porro with an excellent challenge. That looked harsh, says the text at the bottom, and he's going to look for the penalty. Oh, he's gone to the box. So yeah, Super League stuff, eh? That was fun, wasn't it? That was a fun 48 hours or so. He's back. Oh, he's given it. That is surprising, says the text. Yeah, very surprising considering it was the cleanest tackle I've seen in Football Manager. Pozzo steps up, puts it in. Great. But yeah, I recorded the last episode before the Super League was announced. The one time I plan way in advance on my recordings. The one time. I mean, this is nonsense already then, isn't it, this game? Quiros over again. He's gone close again. Porro's on the 6.4 and he's booked. He will be out of the next game, which is Real Madrid, I think. There might be a game in between Real Madrid. I think it's Elche, in fact. Your pride is at stake today. You're letting yourselves down. The assistant is recommending that. The assistant, who is normally, well, for everyone really, tends to always see the things in a slightly better light than you do. The assistant is saying you're letting yourselves down. You know you've played badly when the assistant is doing that. I mean, the thing is, we're not playing badly. We're just not scoring goals. Right now, this game should, in theory, be 2-2. Right, Osterlek has been rubbish again. I don't know what's going on with him. Koita's being rubbish. And it's not been a great debut for Hector Herrera either. I've just seen Porro at right back as well. Tavares throws the ball to Ayeda, and we're 76 minutes into this game now. There's been no highlights in the second half until here. Reniers charging forward. He's going to have a crack from distance, I think, and that's the highlight. And bear in mind, a lot of their XG is, of course, the penalty here. What are we playing at? We've had 9 shots on target. Yeah, that goalkeeper's on a 7.7. No excuses. The weird thing is, we're still 6th. Like, if you said at the end of this Champions League group, you'd be 6th. I'd take it. Chance conversion. Okay, well now everyone else has played their games, we're 8th. But still, we're ahead of Barcelona and Atletico. It's probably worth mentioning, of course, this is the Qatar World Cup year, so the Champions League games are being squished together a little bit. We are actually the second best side in Spain that has Champions League football already. Real Madrid are just impenetrable. Copenhagen didn't lose against Atletico Madrid. They beat PSG last time we looked at this. How is that group going? Copenhagen are top. Still yet to play PSG a second time. Sorry, I just said Real Madrid were impenetrable. They lost 4-1 at Rangers. Hop the Rangers. I just know Barcelona are third in their group as well. All 4 Spanish teams are third in their group. Well, we need to fix that. So Herrera obviously unregisterable until we get a knockouts or Europa League situation. So the lineup here will be Meriton goal, Gikas at left back, Quiros, Sotalo, Porro, Sassi and Antov. Antov's a little tired, but he's going to have to start this. Monchu, Eisfeld's going to start at left wing because, quite frankly, Gary and Zukic, the pair of them, have been woeful all season. Callado continues on that right-hand side then, and Araujo returns up front. Gikas coming in at left back because Osterlek has also been similarly rubbish. I'm not fully certain what Dortmund's formation is here. So we line up, of course, with the Segundo Volantes. Sotalo's on a yellow card warning as well, which might be problematic, but 4-2-3-1 for them. Oh, Sancho's the striker in this situation. I did wonder what was going on there, because they didn't seem to be playing an out-and-out striker. Although somehow the AI decided to go strikerless. But away we go. First highlight begins with us in possession. Whether it will end with this, I don't know. Porro's popped into the box. It's been headed clear. Sassi puts it back in again, and Araujo, welcome back. Also, welcome back Sassi as well. Let's be honest. He's been not great either. Porro, though, it's a good little ball in. Garcia apparently is reigning supreme at the back of late and did well the first time round. Caught out by the instant return into the box by Sassi, and Araujo's there to capitalise with an excellent volley. Onside, clearly. And wham, though. What a goal. What a goal. What a finish. Immediate highlight. So here comes 1-1 then. Asensio flares it to Brandt. Reina back to Guerrero. Sorry, I thought that was Asensio for a second. That's what I started saying back to. Guerrero, though, takes it all the way to the corner flag. Quiros heads clear, and Eisfeld heads onto, and Araujo's picked up possession. He's picked up possession again. They've made a mistake. Oh my God, Araujo. After last match, he said Araujo hadn't scored in 8 hours of football, so I criticised him and said he needed to score more. He's scoring more. There you go. There's the mistake made by Garcia/Odriozola. I don't know what happened there. And Araujo, outside the box, has scored twice in the first 3 minutes. Now, because Inter and Sporting haven't played, we don't go ahead of Inter because we don't have the head-to-head on them. Henrique Araujo, wide. We won't go ahead of them even if they had played, because we still need to play them a second time. Antov's getting a little bit tired. We're only 17 minutes into this game. Gikas heads on to Monchu now. We've had a lot of highlights very early on here. Gikas, Eisfeld. Dinks it forward. Araujo's there to try and collect, but there's no one for him to head on to. Odriozola now. Bellingham. Straight through. Attempted to be straight through to Sancho, but Merritt clears now. Callado heads down to Monchu. That's a lovely ball down. Araujo's in again. Pushed once. Hits a defender. Eisfeld hits a defender. Garcia clears. Carnage. Absolute carnage, that highlight. Gikas down to Eisfeld. Eisfeld off to Antov. This is going to be lined up for a shot. He's missed. Yeah, it does get a little worrying when you can read the match engine a little bit. Still surprises me now and then, but you could tell where that highlight was going. Reyna's knackered. I don't know if we just injured him or anything, but Garcia plays it back to Newball. They've acquired Newball. Quiros, Antov, Sassi. I don't know where Haaland's gone, by the way. Sassi, one of the big teams, I imagine. Eisfeld, Guerrero clears. Only as far as Sassi. You can see the high pressure that we're putting them under, though. You can see the number of players sort of pressed up against their defenders. Porro now. Still Porro. Tackled by Asensio, but he retains possession. Monchu hits a defender twice, and Eisfeld converts. The Tenerife fans are loving this. We've packed out the Heliodoro Lopez, that's for certain. That's what it's called. I hope that's what it's called. Porro, Asensio, I mean, just, yeah. Monchu doesn't do well there, but thankfully the second shot deflects into Eisfeld's path. And it's 3-0. Juventus third in their group. Monchu plays it short to Antov. I like to see that. Antov decides to go back to Porro. Okay, Zhikos has been injured. Well, that's not great from Porro there. Let's be real. So 3-1, I imagine, because Sancho's not going to miss. Oh, he did. Guerrero now. Following corner. Not expecting much from it. Merritt clears. Claims. I know words. And we've managed to squeeze in another highlight before half-time. Gallardo with a Rabona. Oh, my God. That was a Rabona assist, right? That was a Rabona. You all saw that. Yep, that's a Rabona assist. I thought the Hector Herrera signing was going to be the biggest thing about this episode. Sorry, Hector, but Gallardo's just outshone you. What is happening? Can't beat Vallecano. I scheduled one set of chance conversion. One set? I mean, how do I say anything other than I'm so impressed with what I've seen? Herrera's got a hat-trick. Gallardo's done a Rabona assist. Antov's dead, but we'll deal with that momentarily. Zhikos is still injured, but he's sort of okay. No, he isn't. So we get those two off. Monchu not looking great condition-wise either. Gallardo's, ironically, this is Gallardo's worst game. I did not put Gary on the bench. Felipe Suarez on. And it's become one of those games where everything happens in the first half, and you get a dull second half. Guerrero puts it in with Witzel. Mukiele now. They've acquired Mukiele. Sealer makers. Oh, that's a good header. Now, one thing to highlight here, though, is if it comes down to it, we lost 2-0 there. As long as we keep this goal line, this score line, we have the head-to-head on them. Well, we appear to be getting a throw in here. Just going to tick off... Oh, it's 5-1. I just switched down a stage to positive. I very rarely come off attacking because it's sort of become an attacking experiment along with the Segundo Volante experiment. I did this with York. I just played an entire 3 months period on attacking the entire time. It went very well. But yeah, Felipe Suarez gets a goal and it's 5-1. So apparently we're just rubbish away from home this year, but as soon as we get back into our own stadium, that's where the magic happens. So we have the head-to-head on Dortmund now. If somehow we end up on the same points as them, we've got the advantage. I was going to rest them anyway. Haven't scored in 8 hours. Hat-trick against Borussia Dortmund. Of course he has. Of course he has. 8 goals on 11 now for him. So with the way that group is poised, with Inter being 3 points clear of us, if we lose to Inter and Dortmund beat Sporting, we're third no matter what for that Sporting game. So the Sporting game means nothing. So what I might have to do next time around is do Inter Milan, Real Madrid, and then if the Sporting game is still relevant, you're going to get a 3-game episode. It seems the only way to resolve that. That makes the most sense to me. So I'll see you for those games next time out. Until then, what a match that was. Ta-ra.